Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thoughts from the Throne 18. I'm going to jump right into it. First and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you that sent me warm, heartfelt congratulations about winning the TNA World Heavyweight title, Bound for Glory. It was truly an awesome moment. One of the top moments of my career, no doubt. It was so special to be rewarded with the TNA World Heavyweight title after being in a heated feud with EC3 for so many months, and finally to culminate right there in North Carolina with my wife present, with my newborn son, with my dad, with my brothers, the ref. It was a great moment, and one I will truly hold special and dear to my heart for a long, long time. Now, just a few days removed from Bound from Glory, obviously the EC3 injunction happened, and then I had to relinquish the title, and we get to the World Title Series. Now, I know a lot of fans were mad and upset about that, and sure, that was certainly not a best case scenario for me, because in a perfect world, I would have been a fighting champion and had a long, illustrious reign and great title matches, great title defenses. That's what I wanted to do, and that's what I would have hoped to do. But this is professional wrestling, and sometimes things change, and sometimes we have to look at the bigger picture. And there were some fans that were very resentful towards TNA, and I ask you, don't be frustrated towards TNA. Don't be resentful towards TNA. I am not resentful towards TNA. I was not resentful after all this went down. It's just kind of what we had to do. It was kind of the hand we were dealt, so we played it the best that we possibly could. So I hope you're enjoying the World Title Series. I'm enjoying competing in it. I felt like I've had a couple great matches. The match against Davey Richards a couple weeks ago, and then the match against Robbie E this week. I thought it was one of Robbie E's best outings as a singles performer. And I'm excited about having the match with Eddie Edwards coming up. And my plan is to have the bell ring, wrestle a match, twist of fate, win, and then continue to repeat that process until I become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion again. And this time there will be no injunction for EC3 to pursue, so I will be the reigning, defending, grand TNA World Heavyweight Champion. So that is my goal. So thank you. The people that have supported me and been so loyal and committed to this run I've had in TNA has been awesome, especially at this stage of my career. I appreciate it even more. And I've enjoyed my entire TNA run, from the whole feud with EC3 and winning the heavyweight title. If you go back before that, winning the tag team titles with Jeff, even though that was cut short as well because of Jeff's unfortunate injury when he broke his leg. Before that, it was against the Revolution and James Storm, and I thought that was pretty good television. And before that, when I first came back, myself and Jeff were kind of involved in a three-way feud with the Wolves and the Dudleys, and I love that. And I thought it culminated in an amazing way at Full Metal Mayhem. Really proud of that match. Looking back at it right now, really proud of that. I think that stands up there with some of the great TLC matches that there's ever been. And speaking of the Dudley Boyz, people have asked me nonstop, Matt, what do you think about the Dudley Boyz returning to the WWE? Well, the first thing I have to say is, just from a selfish standpoint, I'm a little jealous they're not at TNA because I love competing against those guys. Obviously, we have a great professional working relationship. We've worked with those guys. God, it seems like a lifetime. We've worked with those guys for 16 years. I love both Bubba and Devon. We have great professional relationships. We have great personal relationships. And my thing is this. I'm really not concerned with where someone works as long as they're happy and they're healthy. And they both seem to be ecstatic about being back at WWE. They're both enjoying it, and they're both in physically good shape, which is pretty commendable considering all the abuse that myself and Jeff and the Dudleys have put our bodies through, that we're all still able to wrestle at this time, although Jeff's out with a leg injury, which happened from a motorcycle accident of all things. I really appreciate and I commend those guys' longevity, and I hope they do great at WWE. It's awesome to see. It's awesome to see them back in the environment where they became big stars, and it's great to see them working with guys like the New Day and some of the other tag teams that are there now. New Day's great. I love those guys. Very entertaining. Very good. So happy for Kofi. I don't know the other guys too well, but I love Kofi. He's a great dude. So I'm very happy for the Dudleys, and I hope they do well there, and I hope they kill it, and I hope they both are happy and healthy, and that's all I can wish for in this business. Just a little while back on Twitter, I'd made a comment about how the knockouts at TNA have always been given an opportunity, and now just recently the WWE knockouts have been given an opportunity because the girls at the NXT got so hot. And some fans jumped on me and thought I was WWE bashing. I don't do WWE bashing. What I do is point out things that are great in TNA, and I reference them because TNA right now, TNA catches a lot of flack. It catches a lot of heat. So I work for TNA, and my job as an employee of TNA is to be the best Matt Hardy I can be the best performer I can be, work as hard as I can, and also promote TNA, and that is what I'm here to do. Whenever I make a comment saying TNA is great, or saying, this is something TNA may have done better than WWE, or vice versa, I would do that if I worked for Ring of Honor about Ring of Honor. I do it for TNA because I work for TNA. If I work for WWE, I would do the same. And that's why you want me to work for your company, because I am a great ambassador for any company. Fan question. I got it memorized. The fan question this week on Twitter for Thoughts from the Throne was from Marcus at LIAB2. And the question was this: Matt, what are you doing now to get in such good shape? I thought you looked great at Bound for Glory. What are you doing now? What is your routine and diet? Well, first off, thanks, Marcus. I've been busting my ass this year, and I want to give a shout out to my wife for allowing me to take the time out to train every morning and get in the necessities that I have to do, especially because we have a newborn. She's been great at looking after Maxwell and giving me a couple hours to sneak away to the gym. Basically, my routine is this, Marcus. I get up. I do 30 to 45 minutes on the elliptical for my knees. I don't run just because my knees are so banged up. I do that hard cardio. I hang upside down on my inversion table, stretch out my back. I try and stretch. I need to actually put more stretching in my routine. I do one body part hard each day. And then the biggest change in my life, I think, is just my diet, because it's been extremely strict for probably, 8 or 10 months right now. My diet, I've almost cut out all breads and potatoes, which is carbs. Those are my weaknesses. Those are the things I want to eat. I'm not a sweets person. I don't care about desserts, but carbs kill me. So I eat very little bread, very little potatoes. About 6 months ago, I stopped drinking diet drinks, so no soft drinks at all. All I drink is water and hot tea. That's pretty much my routine from a fluid standpoint. And I think my biggest thing is that I've done that has been beneficial to me is I've kept protein shakes and protein bars here at the house. So whenever I'm hungry, instead of going to eat something that might have something, carbohydrates or sugar in it, I just get that protein bar, or I have that protein shake, and it's really paid off. This morning I was 216, and I just really want to try and tighten up, and I want to be as athletic as possible. I don't need to be big. I don't need to be one of those damn bodybuilders like there are in TNA, because I'm Matt Hardy, and nothing's going to change that. I'm Matt Hardy. I know who I am. So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Thoughts from the Throne. As always, it's a blast, and make sure to catch me every time I'm here. If you haven't seen them all, go back and watch the prior 17 episodes, because Thoughts from the Throne is my vlog, and I enjoy it, and I love it, and I give some good insight on stuff. Adios, amigos.
Keep coming back. I got a family to feed.
Get with it, boy.